Whew, things are about to get a little bit spicy, baby. So we are 10 days in regarding James Gunn's Superman box office run, and the film has earned $407 million worldwide. Yeah, I know that is more than what I predicted. However, I see a lot of people out there celebrating this news, pouring honey all over themselves, dancing in the middle of the street, popping bottles prematurely. I am going to explain to you why these folks should slow their roll, because James Gunn's Superman is still on course to lose Warner Discovery some money. This article is coming from apnews.com. It is titled, Superman Flexes His Might in Second Weekend with $57 million. Now, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. That is a good hold. That is under 60%. I believe it's like 55% or so. That is fantastic, especially for a movie that opened over $100 million. And also, you have to take in consideration that this is a Warner Brothers movie. All right. They're used to their films dropping 60+% in their second weekend. So they have to be happy with that hold. Let's continue. James Gunn's Superman shows staying power in his second weekend at North America box offices, collecting $57 million in ticket sales and remaining the #1 movie in cinemas, according to studio estimates Sunday. Strong audience scores and good reviews should help propel the $225 million budgeted Superman toward profitability. That is for all of those out there who doesn't understand box office, who see a number and say to themselves and tell everybody else, the movie earned its budget back already. That's why the 4KO exists, man, so I can educate a lot of you people. Trust me, I was there at one point in time as well. I had no clue how this thing works. And many of you, y'all don't either. So let me tell you how it works. All right now the film is sitting at $235 million domestically and $171 million overseas. I have the film at $375 million domestically. Yes, I have upped it up. I upped it up $50 million from 325, especially after that good week that the movie had. So the film seems to be on path to earn 375 in the domestic market. Overseas, it's currently sitting at 171, so I will put it at 250. That would give the movie $625 million worldwide. Now, many people may look at that number and say, man, that is fantastic. $625 million on a $225 million budget. Oh man, that is good. Let me tell you why it is not good. At 375, Warner Brothers will take home $187 million. 187, y'all know the code. And $250 million overseas, the studio would take home $112 million. I know you're going to ask, oh, why so little from the international markets? That is because studios only take 45% and only 20% in China. So that's even more drastic. That would give the film $299 million. Let's just call it $300 million going back to the studio. The budget for this movie, full budget, not just production budget, is $325 million. So they would need $325 million coming back to the studio in order for Superman to earn a profit. So if my prediction holds, Superman will lose Warner Discovery $25 million. Or it could be even more. And let me tell you why I say that. Because right now, it has momentum. It does. But next week, competition arrives. A film that targets the same demographic, same audience, same everything as Superman is being released. And that movie is called The Fantastic Four: First Steps. So, as fast as Superman earned $407 million worldwide, you need to understand this. The moment that Fantastic Four is released next week, things are going to slow down. And I mean fast. People need to understand that. And another thing I want to point out regarding James Gunn's Superman box office run is, at the beginning of this video, I said 10 days in. In reality, we're 12 days in. So it's really 2 weeks. And the movie is sitting at $407 million worldwide. I see this movie touching $500 million worldwide coming out of its third weekend. Its third weekend. That means that it would have been out for 21 days. And then it will crawl to that of $600 million worldwide. If that, because at some point, the international market isn't going to help its box office. Yeah, a little bit, but nothing along the lines of that of the domestic market. You get what I'm saying here? So for the next 2 weeks or so, we're going to be sitting, waiting for this thing to earn $600 million worldwide. Tell me, is that what anyone thought when we heard about those trailer views? Is that what anyone thought when they told us that all of the Twitter chatter was excellent? All of the conversation regarding James Gunn's Superman was there. You're going to do all of this for a measly $600 million worldwide on a $225 million budget that has been reported. We all know that this time next year, they're going to have that full financial report. And it's going to show us that Warner Discovery spent way more money on this movie than they're telling us right now. We already know. All of the studios does that. There's no way that they spent $225 million on this movie. And now it's coming out that they said 150 on the marketing. Look, I cannot wait till that full financial report comes out, because I know we are being deceived here, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason why all of them came out, James Gunn, Peter Safran, and David Slazer, I'm going to say his name like that, Slazer, came out and said they would be happy with $500 million worldwide. They wanted to set you up for their smoke screen so people can be out there defending this movie, not knowing that they're defending a flop. So domestically, this thing is doing pretty good. Worldwide, trash. That's right. International audiences has rejected James Gunn's Superman. In the coming years, they're going to realize that they're going to reject everything coming from his camp. Maybe they will show up for a Batman movie. But what James Gunn has put forward to that of Superman, they don't want it. $407 million worldwide after 2 weeks is not a good number. Yeah, I know many people are going to try and convince us all that it is fantastic. You look at all these headlines. James Gunn Superman soars past $407 million. Yeah, motherfucker, but that's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks. It was supposed to have a $407 million worldwide opening. That's what it was supposed to do. So when it comes to this film, people need to understand this. It has a little ways until it is able to even talk about profit. But as it stands right now, this is another DC Warner Brothers flop.